Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to all the new subscribers that have joined. So many of you. We're really getting up there to that 1,000 mark. I'm hoping to get there fairly soon. This video, we're going to do a video about Soi Dogs. Main reason is because I like going for a walk in the morning, and it's probably the most dangerous time to be going for a walk here in Chiang Mai or Thailand, mainly because of the dogs. So I'll throw up a bit of a video just right now of what happened a short time ago. Have a look at this. Hey guys, I'm at the ruins of a wat somewhere in Chiang Mai. It's about a 40-minute walk. It's early in the morning. It's not too hot, although it's very humid, and I have to be very, very careful because it's quite dangerous where I am, and I'll show you why. Let's see if we can in. No, not out. Zoom in. Let's have a look at why. So, see these doggies here? Yes, they don't like me. They don't like foreigners, especially this little fellow who's really keeping an eye on me. I walked across here from that temple over in the distance there, and I saw the dogs, and I thought, oh, this is not good. But then I saw a guy who owns this motorbike here, and then the dogs saw me, and they started barking. They woke up, got up, started to make their way towards me, and then fortunately the guy that's here doing a bit of exercise yelled at him and said something to him, and they've backed off, so it's all good. So anyway, I shall be back in a second, I hope, in one piece. Yeah, so as you can see, it's a real nice time in the morning to get out to have a look at these temple ruins that are scattered around the back sois and back areas, but especially when the sun's first coming up in the morning and you get that nice light. But yeah, luckily that guy was there to yell at them in Thai or dog or whatever he said to them that made them all back off. But there have been times where there is nobody around to help, and you've got to really think about that. You know, that can be a bit of a problem. We'll flick it across to another quick video where I seen about half a dozen little doggies. Noticed that I was a foreigner walking by. We'll be back again in a sec. Well, they're small and they're behind a gate. Those ones are okay. Yeah, so they do know the difference between a Farang, foreigner, and a local. That is definite. I've seen from where I am now, for example, I'm in a nice little spot on the Ping River, just down from where my condo is, and I'll just turn the camera around. You can have a look. See, now across the river there is an abandoned resort of some sort, and I was liking to go and have a look in there, and it was only a day or two ago I thought, oh, I'll go and see if there's any way in there, if it's not fenced up or anything. And sure enough, the gate was open, and I thought, oh, I'll go up and have a look. I took about 10 steps in there, and all of a sudden in the distance were these 2, 3, maybe 4 dogs started barking, and they saw me, and then they started to come my way, then they started to run towards me, and it's like, okay, not going to stay in here, as I about faced and got back out. So yeah, but over there you probably can't see, but there are locals over there fishing, and they don't have a problem. They can sit out there with their fishing rods, and I don't hear the sound of any dogs or anything. But for me, no, I can't go in there, and that's really at any time of the day. So, what is it about these dogs? Well, they're obviously abandoned in most cases. They're obviously not household pets because a lot of them don't have collars. But even the ones that do have collars won't hesitate to come at you. If you think you can just walk along and ignore it, you know, you can't. All right, they will bite you. You know, they're not just making a lot of noise. They will bite you. It's and I'm not going to hang around to find out. That's for sure. I think I've had a tetanus shot in the last 6 months. I'm fairly sure I did before I came over to Thailand, which was, gosh, just over a month ago now. About 2 months before that, I had a motorbike accident where I high-sided on the bike, only at low speed, but I slid along the ground and took some skin off my elbow and knee, but nothing too bad. But the doctor who cleaned me up did give me a tetanus shot. So that's probably a good thing to have. But if you want to be protected from these dogs, if you were to accidentally get bitten, you really need a rabies shot. I think that's a bit more complicated to get. Yeah, I'm not sure. You can go to a doctor here and get a rabies shot. It's probably not a bad idea. If you know, let me know in the comments if you've ever had that. I think it's more than one shot, and I can imagine it. I'm not sure what it would cost, but it's probably a good preventative. I mean, rabies is a terrible thing. You don't want to get that, trust me. And I might consider it. I do have to go to the doctor next month for another reason, just for a blood test. I might ask about it while I'm there, because I do like getting out early in the morning. I mean, if I could, I'd be up just before sunlight, walking off, checking out some places and looking around. But yeah, the dogs are out, they're territorial, they're all over the streets, and they can smell you coming. They really can. And if there's, you know, you can't go walking around with a big stick. That's not going to help you. It really isn't. If anything, it's just going to aggravate them more. So yeah, it's just one of those risks that, yeah, just have an escape plan, I guess. You know, a fence to climb, a tree to climb, or somewhere to get out of reach is probably the best thing to do. I mean, with the dog barking like they do, somebody's going to show up sooner or later and wonder what's going on. Hopefully it's not gnawing at your leg while you're on the ground or something, you know. So yeah, you've got to watch out. I mean, I'll put another little video up, just up on the side here, where you can see where you just got to walk past the fence and they'll come across and start barking at you. You know, it's just one of those things. Yeah. See? Now, I do see a lot of cats around too. Not that they're going to come after you, they're not at all, but they don't seem to be too concerned about the dogs either. Rarely have I seen dogs chasing cats. I've seen dogs chasing dogs. Dogs are certainly territorial. If a stray walks into the area that it's not a regular hangout for it, it will definitely get chased away by the dogs. I've seen people get almost knocked off their motorbikes by half a dozen dogs giving chase to another dog across a road. I mean, they won't even think about the traffic and just woof. I mean, I've had a kangaroo jump into the front wheel of my motorbike and almost take me out. These dogs will definitely take someone down on one of these little motor scooters easily. And I've seen it happen a couple of times already just being here. Yeah, another dog coming into another group's territory. Yeah, it may as well be a foreigner walking through like myself. Yeah. I mean, I like dogs, I really do. I love dogs. I like dogs more than cats. You know, sorry for the cat lovers out there, but I don't think I would ever own a dog here. Obviously I can't own a dog. In the condo it doesn't allow pets, although I'd like to find out what they actually classify as a pet, whether that means I can't have a bird or a fish. Probably not a bird, but I'm sure a fish tank wouldn't hurt. But yeah, it's not the place where you'd have a dog. If you're middle class and you've got a house that's fenced off, you know, then a lot of people do have some really nice dogs and really nice purebred dogs. Very rarely do I see people taking their dogs for walks, even in parks. I haven't been to a lot of parks, but I don't see people walking their dogs. And parks just aren't a thing over here like they are back in our countries, you know. So no, yeah, and a lot of people have them as specifically as guard dogs. Like over there, like where that place is abandoned, I'm fairly sure that those dogs are deliberately left in there, and there may be someone who goes around there a couple of times a week just to feed them so they stay there, and they're just being territorial. You'll find a lot of dogs on properties like that, so properties might be locked up over the weekend, but there'll be dogs in there. There's a photo I saw on a gate, I'll put that up in the corner there, of quite an obvious warning sign so you wouldn't go in there. So yeah, dogs, you know, what do you think? Do you live over here? Do you have a problem with them? In the general populated streets, like the main roads, they're okay. They're a bit more familiar around people. I can walk down here at night time, walk along where all the restaurants and cafes are, and there'll be stray dogs around there, but they're a little bit smarter, these dogs, you know. The traffic doesn't bother them, foreigners, it doesn't bother them, and even some of them have collars on, and I know that there's a couple of little street side cafes there that probably own them as well, so they're definitely being fed. There's also a lot of these dogs are very not well kept, okay? So I think that a lot of dogs are treated as pests around here. Yeah, life as a homeless dog is a tough life. It really is. And you see some really mangy looking dogs that you keep a wide berth off even if you're just walking past them. So you'd you know, you can see that they're not the healthiest, and nobody really takes care of them. There are quite a lot of vets around here. I've seen a lot of vets and animal hospitals even. So I guess, you know, people who own dogs would take care of their dogs, but as for the strays in the street, there's a lot of them. I think there are also, I'm not sure about here in Chiang Mai, I'm sure there are places where people take stray dogs, homeless dogs. Maybe they get found a home if they're really lucky. I mean, they'd have to be really lucky to end up in a dog pound or kennel where they'll get fed for a while, but I would imagine the statistics of them getting put down would be quite high, as these are all mongrels and mixed breeds and not really attractive for people to take home, you know. Yeah, so let me just move on a little bit and we'll continue talking. We'll be back in a sec. Okay, so we got a few days coming up that are going to be in the 40 degrees. So I do want to get out early and do some videos. So tomorrow morning I'm thinking of going out somewhere. I'll check on Google Maps, see if I can find a nice location, and hopefully there'll be no dogs about. But anyway, let me know if you've had any experience with dogs here, and what your thoughts are. What I can do to keep myself safe other than a rabies shot, and don't think carrying a big stick around is a very good idea. But as you can see here, it's looking really nice here. It's about 36 degrees, and I've just been talking to a guy while I took a break then. He's down there with a cross between a spear gun and a crossbow, shooting fish. He caught a big one not long ago while I was walking up here. Yeah, I'll put a few photos there. I know it's not related, but you know, some of the things you see while you're out walking. Haven't seen any dogs, so that's a good sign. So anyway, thanks again for watching. It was a short one today, but I'm going to get out and make a few more videos. If you've got any questions in the comments, let me know. If anything you want me to make a video about, just let me know down in the comments. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It's free to subscribe. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing another live video soon. If I get up to that 1,000 subscriber mark, we might do a few live videos where you can pop in there and have a chat with me and talk about stuff. Alright guys, thanks all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Cheers.